So now we're talking about probability. Probability measures the likelihood of different outcomes occurring in uncertain situations. It quantifies uncertainty by assigning a value between a 0 and 1 to an event. So, where 0 means the event is impossible and 1 means it is certain. Probability is used in everyday life and various fields like science, finance, and medicine. So, the most simple and common example used when talking about probability is when flipping a coin. So that means the probability of getting heads is 1/2 or 50%, and the same applies to tails. Probability theory includes key concepts like theoretical and experimental probability, independent and dependent events, and conditional probability, all of which help in analyzing scenarios.
Ang probability sampling is a method of selecting research participants using a non-random criteria, and it is used when time and resources are limited. When using a probability sampling, not everyone in your population has an equal chance of being selected, unlike in probability sampling. The types of non-probability sampling include convenience sampling, quota sampling, slow ball sampling, volunteer sampling, which will be further discussed by our other members. The advantages of using non-probability sampling is that it is fast, it is easy, and it is expensive. It also helps refine your research strategies, but its disadvantages are that it can be prone to being biased, and it also doesn't allow for being unbiased when estimating your population.
So now let's proceed to the simple random sampling. Simple random sampling is a statistical method where each member of a population has an equal and independent chance of being selected for the sample. This ensures that the selection process is unbiased and random. The two methods of simple random sampling is the number 1 is lottery method. Write the names or identifiers of all individuals in the population on slips of paper. Mix them and draw slips at random. The number 2 methods of conducting a simple random sampling is the random number generation. Assign a number to each individual in the population and the use of random number gene generator to pick numbers.
Stratified random sampling is a method where the population is divided into distinct subgroups called strata, based on shared characteristics. A random sample is then taken from each strata, either proportionally or equally, ensuring all subgroups are represented in that final sample. For example, a school principal wants to survey 100 junior high school students about the new lunch program. The school has 1,000 students. In grade 7, they have 250 students. In grade 8, they have 300 students. In grade 9, they have 200 students. And then lastly, grade 10, they have 250 students. And that's total of 1,000 students. To ensure fair representation, the principal groups the students by grade and select a proportional number from each. Since grade 8 has the most students, more will be chosen from that grade, while fewer will be chosen from grade 9, that smallest group.
One of the types of probability sampling is systematic sampling. But first, what exactly is systematic sampling? Systematic sampling is a statistical method used to select a sample from a larger population in a structured way. In this method, every k element is chosen from a list or sequence, starting from a randomly selected first element. So, the example of this, imagine a school wants to survey students about their favorite subjects. And the school has 500 students, and they only want 50 samples. So, first, we must determine the sampling interval. K plus n over n equals 500 over 50. 500 divided by 50 equals 10. So every 10 students will be selected. Second step, choose a random starting point. Suppose a random number between 1 and 10 is 7. Third step, select every 10 students starting from 7. The selected students will be at positions 7, 17, 27, 37, so on and so forth until 427. Thus, the sample consists of 50 students evenly spread across the population.
Cluster sampling. Cluster sampling is one of the types of probability. Cluster sampling is a method where population is divided into groups and randomly chosen. Instead of picking individual, researchers surveys everyone in the selected cluster. The example of cluster is a researcher wants to study students in a city with 50 schools. Instead of picking random students from all schools, they chose only 10 schools and study all students in those schools. So basically, it serves time, but it may not represent all the schools in those particular groups.
Example, a teacher wants to know the student's favorite subject, but instead of selecting it from different grades, start or section, the teacher will only select students from their own classroom. This is non-probability sampling because the convenience here is the student that the teacher chooses is easily to access rather than choosing a random sample.
Hello guys, so today I'll explain to you how quota sampling is. Quota sampling is a non-random sampling where researcher divide the population into groups based on their certain characteristics like age, gender, and also income. And then they will select a specific number or quota of people from each group.
Snowball sampling. Snowball sampling is also known as general sampling, a non-probability sampling technique, where existing study participants from their campus. It is commonly used in research involving hard-to-reach or specialized population. So, for example, Dana, I told her that I needed 5 to 10 people to participate in a research interview. Then Dana stated to her friend what I've said to her, and her friends spread the words. So that's one of the example of snowball sampling.
Hello guys, so now I'm going to explain to you what is voluntary sampling. Voluntary sampling occurs when researchers seek volunteers to participate in studies. For example, most of the participants volunteer because they can gain or benefit for being volunteers.